Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So this is going to be my Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode 8 video. We also got some big news about some stuff Marvel is doing with the Netflix series, as well as stuff that's going on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., so I'll add the news to that. So biggest news first. We found out which lead actors Marvel is testing for the leads in both Jessica Jones and the Luke Cage Netflix series. For Jessica Jones, it's Alexandra Daddario from True Detective and Percy Jackson, Jessica DeGao, who we all know and love as the Huntress on Arrow, Kristen Ritter, who you might remember from Breaking Bad, and Teresa Palmer from Warm Bodies. For Luke Cage, they're testing Lance Goss from Good Wife and Mike Colter from The Following. I will totally do separate videos for them after Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is over, like after the mid-season finale, but Jessica Jones will premiere first. Luke Cage is supposed to be in 6 or 7 episodes of that, and then he'll move to his own series, so it'll be Jessica Jones, then Luke Cage. Supposedly, they're going to try and finish Jessica Jones before the end of 2015. That's their goal. Daredevil, of course, is almost done filming. No release date for that yet, but that'll probably be spring or summer next year. I'll say Alexandra Daddario is probably the favorite for Jessica Jones right now. The news about S.H.I.E.L.D. is a little bit spoilery. They just confirmed some details, so I'll just talk about that during my top 5 moments. Speaking of which, careful for spoilers in case you haven't seen this week's episode. So starting with top 5 moments, number 5, Hydra flashbacks. This whole episode was more of a Hydra episode in general, which I totally love, with a giant Red Skull shout out. May he rest in peace, even though he's not dead, technically. We don't spend a whole lot of time telling stories from their perspective. Even Winter Soldier only flirted with the idea, and it was like a $150 million Hydra movie. Dr. Whitehall takes center stage, and we watch the horror of his World War II experiments trying to figure out the Diviner. If you didn't notice her, this special guest star, that turned out to be Skye's mother, by the way, was a fellow Whedonverse alum from Dollhouse. Her name's Deacon Lockman. The funny thing is that Reed Diamond was also on Dollhouse, so this is like a mini Dollhouse, mini Joss Whedon reunion happening on screen. Anytime you watch S.H.I.E.L.D., just keep your eyes peeled for actors that have started other Joss Whedon productions. They always cast Whedonverse alums all the time. The minute she showed up, I knew she was going to be someone special just because I recognized her. But I was really surprised by the fact she turned out to be Skye's mother. I feel like that was the bigger reveal. All that Whitehall stuff in the past also served as the tie-in for the Peggy Carter plot, with another great cameo. Number 4, Team Coulson searches for the city. So like all the good guys took a backseat to the Hydra stuff, they still did get a few big reveals from their perspective. The first one being that base that they've been using all year is the original Peggy Carter base. That means that whenever the Peggy Carter TV series premieres in January, it might also take place at this base. I don't have any confirmation on that, but it makes sense that they would use the same set to try and save money. They'll just redress it so it looks like it did during the original Captain America movie, World War II era. I have no idea what the actual plot of the Peggy Carter TV show is going to be, but it makes sense that they would try and connect it to the future if they've been spending all this time on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. trying to connect it back to Peggy Carter. The only thing that's been confirmed about her TV show is some of the actors. We don't know who the big villain's going to be yet. Fingers crossed for Baron Zemo, but I don't think it's going to happen. So Team Coulson, not even going to bother trying to get the Diviner back. They're just going to go to the finish line and park it till Hydra gets there. That's what's going to be happening in the mid-season finale. Like, they'll have the big battle, probably have some sort of reveal of the city. Don't know how far they'll push into it, though. I expect a lot of that to take place in the back half of the season. Number 3, Ward versus Brother Ward. Since turning him into Hydra, Ward has just gotten so much more fun. I really like Brett Dalton as an actor, but Quarterback Ward from Season 1 was barely a character. Hydra Ward, so much better. In fact, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1 is hitting Netflix this Thursday, so if you never watched that, you can actually watch it now, but Season 2, just in general, way better. Because he's been so evil this season, it's been hard to tell whether or not he was telling the truth about killing his younger brother. The episode was called Things We Bury, so the well was nice connective tissue to Peggy Carter burying Whitehall in a prison. The whole thing reminded me of Marvel's Original Sin storyline from this year. Horrible things from everyone's past coming back to haunt them. If you haven't read that, it's totally awesome. You should check it out. So if you were confused by that final scene, it was a bit of a time jump. So what I think happened is that Ward really did kill his brother and his family, then went to see Whitehall. It is possible that he secretly saved his brother and faked the fire. I don't think that's the case, but it's hard to tell how they're going to redeem Ward's character if they intend to do that at all. He keeps going from bad to worse, so I don't know that there is any redemption for him at this point. We'll see. It's going to take some major act. It's kind of like he is the Winter Soldier of Coulson's team. Not super evil, but not a good character either. By far though, the biggest thing I'm looking forward to with Ward's character is this 3-way alliance that they have going on inside Hydra. Just think about the idea of a Hydra, like a mythical Hydra, eating its own heads. Just think about that metaphor and what might happen with these villains. Would you not absolutely go nuts if Skye's father turned into a real monster and literally bit off Whitehall's head? Number 2, Skye's father explained. So we finally learned what's going on with Kyle MacLachlan on the show. He's Skye's father. Whitehall killed his wife. So when he went to see Whitehall, he was just trying to get close to him so he could destroy him from the inside. It gets a little complicated, but just remember he said, I have nothing to lose. So it's not that he wants to help Coulson, it's just that he wants his daughter back and he wants to be reunited with his wife in the afterlife. That's pretty ambiguous, so there are a number of different ways he could go with this. The thing that you guys should really look forward to, though, is that producers confirmed that they would be fully exploring Skye's family relationship before the end of season 2, as in across the back half of the season. So it's not like Kyle MacLachlan's not going to be around the back half of the season. Of all the characters in the show, he seems like the only one that has a real clue what's going on with the Inhumans, with this mystery city. And my number one WTF moment, of course, Dr. Whitehall explained. For those that were asking me on Twitter, here's what I think that Whitehall did to Skye's mother. He said he took everything he could, quote unquote everything. That probably means he harvested all her internal organs, any blood plasma, liquids, or any special inhuman organic parts that he found. So now I can mention that other big thing that the producers confirmed. They said the blue Tahiti alien was Kree. That to me is the strongest evidence for Inhumans that we could ever get. For those that haven't read the comics, the Inhumans were created by the Kree. Thousands of years ago, Kree scientists traveled to the Earth to turn humans into a weaponized army to use in their ongoing war with the Skrulls. So the Inhumans were originally meant to be used as weapons against the Kree, but things went sideways and they were left on their own for a long time. Cut to thousands of years later, in modern day, we now have the royal family that we've seen in the comics, Black Bolt, Medusa. All those characters were born in the last century as a result of careful selective breeding. All this went on in the secret city of Attilan, which I think is the secret city that Coulson's looking for. Marvel's making an Inhumans movie in a couple years, and suddenly everything is connected. Skye's mother, probably an Inhuman, making Skye an Inhuman, which is why they're able to touch the Diviner. Don't worry though, all those questions will be answered next week. Just to reiterate though, even if we do see superpowered Inhumans on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I don't think we'd ever see the royal family. That's like Black Bolt, Medusa, you get the idea. They're probably going to save those characters for the movies. Plus, none of them have even been cast yet, even though there's a rumor that Vin Diesel might be Black Bolt. So Skye's father said some really important things about what's going to happen inside that city. Here's what I think is going on. He said the Diviner has something inside it. Could be a Terrigen crystal. He said that someone special had to carry it into a temple in the city. So I think if Skye were to carry the Diviner into said temple, she'd activate her inhuman powers. I've seen a theory that she could be Daisy Johnson from the comics, aka Quake, and she'd get earth-shaking powers. In the comics, that character had a father named Mr. Hyde that looks kind of like Skye's father that did similar experiments to him. It's just the best theory I've seen so far. I feel like everything on the show has been building towards Skye getting special powers, but let me know, what was your favorite moment from the episode? And here's my big question for you guys. Do you feel like this is all part of an Inhumans plot? And do you think that that city is going to turn out to be Attilan? Overall, I gave the episode a B+. Loved the Hydra side of the story, but I felt like the Coulson S.H.I.E.L.D. side was not able to match the energy. You know, yes, Trip almost dying was a big deal, but characters having sex in the back of a car will not hold a candle to harvesting organs. All the actors, of course, totally amazing. Brett Dalton definitely on his A game. Kyle MacLachlan, appropriately crazy. Cannot wait to see more of him being nuts. He is one of the best actors at playing someone who's just a little bit crazy. Reed Diamond as Whitehall, still a bit of a mystery. I really want the show to spend some more time with him. He's an amazing actor, but he just hasn't been featured on screen that much so far. Just in general, I feel like S.H.I.E.L.D. has become way more interesting since season 1. They have a clear villain, who I think is Dr. Whitehall, with a lot of ambiguous villains like Skye's father and neutral Loki-type characters like Ward. I will try and do some more Marvel Universe Inhumans bonus videos before the finale next week, so be sure to subscribe to get that stuff. Feel free to make requests for bonus videos too. I will be doing Peggy Carter videos every week for all those episodes. That starts January 6th. And like I said, I'll do more bonus videos for the Netflix shows whenever S.H.I.E.L.D. goes on break, just because I'll have a little bit more time. And just some really good news, if you haven't seen me explain in my other videos, YouTube is letting me test out some new beta features, so I have new links. If you're watching on your mobile phone or your tablet, you can click on the links that I always add over here, up here. These links will always be the same too. So you can click here to catch up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and you can click here to learn all about the Inhumans movie. Thank you so much for watching, so let's all high five. I'll see you guys tonight.